I'm J.R. Church. Welcome to today's analysis of the news. Got Mark Hitchcock with us today in his new book, Cashless. Mark's going to tell us about Bible prophecy, economic chaos, and the future financial order. Tell us, what led you to write the book?
Well, as I look around our culture today and our world, everybody can see that we're going to a cashless culture. You got these Visa commercials, where it's, if you use cash, it's kind of a, you're in the way or having a problem. And then when all this economic chaos hit in this last year, I see that as a real platform for changes to be brought in, global regulations, all of these things for one world currency, some kind of governing world financial authority. So I think that what happened this last year, this financial tsunami, while it may or may not have been orchestrated by higher powers, is certainly being used by those who want some kind of a global New Deal or a New World Order.
Especially with the G20 meeting and the G8 meeting in Italy. And by the way, his book, Cashless, is in our August Prophecy in the News magazine on page 5. Here it is right there. And it's $13.95. We'd like for you to get it. I think it will be very helpful to you to understand what's happening across the world as, for example, the Russian President Medvedev holds up this gold coin that you see on the cover of our August magazine. And he says, this is it. This is the new coming currency. It'll be a world economy. And he says it's coming. Interesting thing about this is a picture of the G8 meeting, and there are 10 people across here.
Yes, yeah, that's interesting.
In the book, you have talked about the G10.
Yes.
So tell us about that.
Well, I think after the rapture takes place, there's going to be a lot of chaos in the world. And I think the Bible tells us that there's going to be these 10 rulers. They're called 10 kings in Daniel chapter 7, Revelation 17, that are going to come on the scene. And there's been different ideas if this is like 10 areas of the world or 10 nations, but I take it it's 10 individuals there. And then the Antichrist will rise outside of them. And I've called them the group of 10 or the G10 because we have the G20 and the G8 and the G33 and all of that. I think they're going to rise in the end times. And that's going to be kind of the beginning of this new world order, this new world economy that will ultimately, be taken by the Antichrist and be global.
The various currencies of the nations of the world have based their financial order on different things over the centuries, but at least the United States dollar up until about 1970 or so was based on gold. Gold was the standard. That seemed to stabilize our currency, at least at the time. And since our currency has gone off of gold, it has become a very unstable currency. In fact, the Fed is printing trillions of dollars, just running them off the printing press, or creating them out of nothing with electronic funds transfer. What do you think is going to happen to the dollar in the months or years ahead?
Well, we're going to experience inflation. That's what economists say. And I'm certainly no economist, but that's what they're saying is going to happen. You can't help but have inflation with the runaway spending that we're having. And it is interesting in the Bible, it talks ultimately about that third horseman of the apocalypse, about a time of great hyperinflation in the world that's going to pave the way for the Antichrist to come on the scene. We don't know when that'll happen. I think it's going to be after the rapture. But the things we're seeing today could set the stage for that. And there's nothing like hyperinflation to bring a world ruler to power, and we have precedent for that. That's what happened in Germany in the 1920s. That's what paved the way for Hitler to come to power.
Amazing. Tell us about, is it Zimbabwe today that's experiencing inflation? What's happening there?
Yeah, Zimbabwe's annual inflation rate is 516 quintillion. I think that's 516 with 18 zeros after it.
Wow.
You go in somewhere and the price goes up while you're there. Money has become meaningless in Zimbabwe with their hyperinflation. And that could be a microcosm of what happens in the whole world as the end times begin.
So you think that'll happen to the dollar?
Well, I think it'll happen to the whole world eventually. And of course, if the dollar's still the main currency, everything's going to run out of control. Now, when that happens, we don't know. Hopefully it's not going to be in the next few years that takes place. But it certainly could be.
If we can just make it through to the rapture, that'd be
great.
If
we can make it through to the rapture, then that's going to be good.
Yeah. Well, the book is called Cashless, Bible Prophecy, Economic Chaos, and the Future Financial Order by Mark Hitchcock, author of the late great United States. And Mark has written some 17 books related to Bible prophecy. He's a member of the pre-trib group, and really he runs in great big circles, with these important people around the country, and I just feel in awe when I'm in his presence. It's just a privilege to have you with us on today's prophecy study here on our webcast.
Yeah, well, God bless you. Thanks for having me. It's always good to be with you. I appreciated your ministry. I used to watch the program when I was a teenager here in Oklahoma City. So being able to be here with you is a great honor. Learned a lot in those days.
Well, thank you. Well, you look real old right now, so I must be
That's
ancient.
right. Yeah, that's right. Make
kidding.
You feel really bad. Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, get it, will you? You can order it from us, or you can find it here on the website and get the book. We'd like for you to call our 800 number and order it. And it's $13.95 plus shipping and handling. It's brand new. We have it in our August edition of Prophecy in the News magazine, and we can send it right out to you. It's written by Mark Hitchcock, Cashless. And he's got the barcodes right across here. So please order it today. The telephone number, 1-800-475-1111. Order it today, will you? Get your copy and read all about it. It's a little over 200 pages, 222 pages. The name is Cashless. Will you come back tomorrow and we'll talk about it some more?
Yeah, that'd be great.
Okay. I'm J.R. Church with our guest, Mark Hitchcock. We'll see you again tomorrow with our analysis of the news.